watching Mirror Media.
Good morning, good day, good evening. I don't know when you're going to be watching this, but how's it going? This is your girl, Mirror Media, and I'm going to be talking about top 5 movies where POC, if you don't know what that means, person of color, survives in a horror movie. Yay! So, really quickly, this will be my format now. I'm taking my time to edit and stuff like that. Be a little bit more, I don't know, professional in a sense. And like before in the past, I would like make a video and then post it quickly. But this is something like music and movies, especially horror movies. I love talking about them. This is why I wore this. Insidious 3. You guys are deep. Plus, I used to work at AMC Theater, so, you know, a little reminiscent. It's cool. And I think in the back, if you can see this, I'll show you what the back looks like. Can't really see it. Yeah. But yeah, it was a cool shirt. I liked wearing it when I was working there. But I don't work there anymore. So anyway, let's get right into it. Alright, number 1. Or should we do like 5 and 10? Anyway, it doesn't matter each one. It's not like which one was better or which one was like the not as good or whatever. So, the first one would be Deep Blue Sea, featuring Who Survived, LL Cool J. He was the cook of the ship. Or was it? Yeah, it was a submarine. I hadn't seen it in so long, and I think I seen it in theater when I was a kid, and it's my first shark film, so it was really good. As you know, Samuel L. Jackson's in it. I can quote him for days. So has Dave Chappelle. That shark ate me. This is so funny. And like, I don't even remember the full-on depth of what he said in the movie, but it's so quotable when he says at the end, but I just don't remember. Maybe I'll look it up. But anyway, it's so funny because of the fact, like, I wasn't expecting him to, spoiler alert, I wasn't expecting to die, especially that way. That was just as bad as like Doom and The Rock was in it. And he's just like, I'm not supposed to die. I'm the main character. I'm the hero. And he dies. This is so funny. But, yeah. It was great that LL Cool J towards the end, because, it's very infamous and sad that a lot of people of color in films do not survive. Mainly black people. There are some movies back in the day, like I just found out in a Friday the 13th movie. I think it was 5 or 4. Well, there was 2 characters. One that was like a teenager towards an adult who survived, and then the next movie, Friday the 13th 5, a kid survived. But like during that time, kids weren't dying in horror movies, so he gets a pass. But yeah, it was really great to see that LL Cool J, and he survives. He's just like laying on that little plateau thing with the harpoon, and then and it seems like there was like a trait wherever the character was really cool, and they would say something as if like, yeah, I beat that, and then still be scared attack. So funny. So now, number 2 or number 4, I don't know how we're gonna do this countdown. Okay, I'll just do like the number will be here or here, and then I'll have the picture. So the next one we'll talk about is Samuel L. Jackson, Snakes on the Plane. Yes, he was the main character, the hero. I'm sure that when they promoted it, they had snakes everywhere. He was holding a snake. And yes, so the CGI is not up to date. It wasn't perfect, but at the same time, it had people scared. No, I don't know, like, I'm cool with snakes. That's, not poisonous ones, of course, but the fact that they had snakes on a plane, and it was like such a ridiculous concept that it worked. And then they had the soundtrack. Like, I was listening to a song the theme song for Snakes on a Plane, which was great. And then Kenan Thompson was in the movie. I think he was like a rapper in the movie, but then he was like also the hero, but I don't think he survived. I don't remember. But at the same time, it was really funny. It was enjoyable to watch. If you have a fear of snakes, it's one of those movies where you can conquer your fear by watching it because of how ridiculous the concept is. And it works so well because of like Samuel L. Jackson, we all know is that MF. He is like so, I don't know if I can say, he's a bad, like he's bad. He's like Shaq. He was Shaq. Hello. He's just that guy. He's the action. If you think of Samuel L. Jackson, you think of like amazing, powerful, like strong characters in a movie. And then sometimes when he does like Quentin Tarantino movies, he's the opposite. But we can get into it in another video. But no, not true. Because the Hateful Eight, he was like heroic, I guess you can say. I don't know if a lot of people seen that movie. It's really good. I do recommend. But like, yeah, towards the end, and Snakes in a Plane, he survives. That was awesome. It's like rooting for him anyway, because why would you kill off the character, especially Samuel L. Jackson? Like that would, I've been disappointed. So now we're gonna do the next video. Not video. The next movie would be Haunted Haunted House on Haunted Hill. I don't know if anybody remembers that movie. There was an original, but then there's a couple remakes. But the remake I'm talking about is the one from like 1999-ish with Taye Diggs. And the cast was really good. Like, I don't know if it's up to today's standards or whatever, but I've personally seen these movies as a child, like growing up and stuff. I've seen these movies. I haven't recently seen them, but at the time, they were scary to me. And the Haunted House, House on Haunted Hill was really good. I liked like the Marilyn Manson when they're getting to the mansion, playing Sweet Dreams very creepily. You know the song. I can't really sing it, but it was really creepy. The effects at the time hit because of the fact like I was scared. I mean, as a child, you can't like not scare a child, but at the same time, it was like interesting. I don't know, with the deaths and stuff like that, but Taye Diggs does survive because at first I was like trying to remember, didn't he die and he was like the good ghost because he tried to help the girl? But then I was like, no, that was actually the owner's son who like was but excuse me, he was so believable. I forgot the name of the character, but from SNL, he was so like he felt like he was really scared, and I believed that. Like, hey, I'm showing you around, but I'm trying to leave. And when it got locked down, he was so pissed, and he's like, dang it! All right, now we're just gonna die. It was so funny and believable. But when he like saved someone else, it was kind of like a good savings towards himself and maybe his family, because it's like, oh well, they're not all jerks and just care about their wealth. But then they had like a security guard, and his death was crazy. If you haven't seen that movie, go see it. Yeah, Taye Diggs does survive, and like at the end, they're trying to leave the mansion, and the only way out is like it's always towards the top. It's like, oh, I'm on this edge, but now I have to go all the way to the top to leave. And I remember them at the edge of a window or something like that, and I'm like, not for me. I'd rather die I don't know about dying in the mansion, but then this is it worth $1 million? Especially at this point, like maybe they should do a remake and have the price higher, like $1 million. Are you serious? But I'll still take that million. So then, yeah. So I would $1 million. at today's standards, I guess that would still technically not be enough, but it would be really helpful to have $1 million. I don't know. So the next one we're gonna do is 13 Ghosts with Rod Digger is the survivor. If anybody remembers that movie, it was so quotable at the end. That's it. I'm tired. She's like, I quit. Tried to like find a video to put in this one to show that clip. Hopefully I find it and I'll have it there. It's so funny though. But like I've seen some videos or like categories of worst movies with rappers in it. I don't think, like, again, I've seen this when I was a kid and I thought it was good. The movie was good. It was scary to me and the kills were good, and then also like the concept was great. Does it deserve an Oscar? It's not that serious, but I thought it was great and it was scary at one point or another. Also, like Rodiga, her character was believable, and I don't want anybody thinking I'm saying like the A word. It's RAH space DIGGA, just to clarify, because I know it sounds too close to a certain word, so that's why I just wanted to clarify. But yeah, she was a popular rapper during the 90s and early 2000 era, and I felt like she was believable. She wasn't, I felt like she was acting herself in this situation, which made it more believable, and especially towards the end of her like quitting the family. I think she was their like caregiver to the son. I don't remember. I'm sure they explained, or they're like she was a family friend or something like that, but I don't think she was really a family friend because she did quit at the end of the movie. But yeah, I like the storyline of 13 Ghosts because of the fact like the main reason why they went to this mansion is because they lost their house in a fire. Maybe I should do like a summary of the movie, but I just kind of like felt by now people have seen the movie, but I'll redo this video and then try to like tell the detail of each film. But yeah, it was amazing because like at these at these standards, I don't know how great it is. If they did a remake, I don't think it would hit that good as it did during that period of time. And again, like there are certain movies, it doesn't matter the era, it will still be a classic. And in that sense, 13 Ghosts, these movies that I'm naming are still classics. And it has nothing to do with the fact like it's a plus that the person of color survives, so that makes it great for a classic horror film. But at the same time, the storyline, the characters, making it more believable, the monsters and stuff like that, and just the movies itself make it what it is. It's a great movie. It's like I said, is it Oscar worthy? No, but I would watch it again. It's enjoyable. Like I know some people like to just like to compare, I guess. It's not the same type of movie, but let's say Quarantine. I like that film. I used to watch it on a Friday night and like recap and still get scared. But some people are like, oh, I don't like movies, it's a wreck. And yeah, I get that, but I still enjoyed it. Everyone has an opinion, but at the same time, let's get back into the countdown. So the last movie, and I'm gonna say it's the best, they're all great in their own, with The Thing, featuring Keith David in his voice, the you know it, the Navy SEAL commercial voice. And like I was gonna say, are you in good hands? But that's not him. But he is also an actor. But I don't know if he's been in horror films. But Keith David's voice, I remember him in a play. It was called, I forgot what it was called. Like it's not Happy Feet. but it was something feet, and it was a really good play. My mom said, like, we went, and it was in New York. It was the premise of like this girl, she wanted to be a star, and she had to be on like a chorus line type of thing. And there was an older dancer / singer who was like, she felt like this girl was her replacement. And Keith David's character is kind of like the devil's advocate, like, oh, if you sell your soul, you could be famous. And then she does it and regrets it and blah, 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 blah. So yeah, it was good from what I remember. Like, I was a kid when I seen it, but I enjoyed it. And I feel like it was like a dream. Did that even happen? Because nobody talks about it, but maybe. So yeah, Keith David was Child's. He was one of like the people in the staff. I don't know if he was a doctor or something like that in the crew. And The Thing is a good movie. The monsters are amazing. Each monster, oh my god, excuse me. Each monster in each movie, whether a shark, a snake, ghost, or even a creature, an alien creature that transfers or like shape shifts into people or any type of thing, is a scary thought because of the fact that you don't know what's going to happen. Especially in that movie, you can't trust anyone because of the fact that alien transforms and body like shape shifts into any form, and then the only time you find out that that you find out too late that they're going to kill you. So that movie is really great, and especially toward the end, there's plenty of lists. Like Watch Mojo has mentioned towards the end of the movie, and I feel like it's like for your own interpretation. The director, like, they're sitting, well, not the director, Keith David's character, and what's his name, Wilson, no, the guy, Kurt Russell, I don't know why, I almost forgot his name. When they're sitting across from each other and they're having that drink, some people speculate, is it actual whiskey or like scotch or alcohol in general, or is it like gasoline, and he's tricking him into drinking it so he can understand, is he an alien or not? And they just leave it for you to figure it out yourself. My personal opinion, I hope that he was still Child's and not just an alien trying to trick him. But then I want to play devil's advocate and say, nah, he was just an alien and just wanted to like survive as much as he possibly can. But because of the fact that, if you notice in the movie, they have killed them, but since it kept coming and stuff like that, it doesn't die. So Kurt Russell's character will die, but the alien will live. And that's so bleak to think about because of the fact that they did everything to not have the alien escape, but eventually it would. Hard day. This is a hard truth. Anyway, I really like horror movies. I even could say I love horror movies, whether it be gore, psychological thrillers, ghost, paranormal, like Paranormal Activity and stuff like that. I like the first one. I don't know about the other ones. And Saw, Hostel. It's like really amazing watching these movies. It's like, because I feel like it's an art form that during these times, before it used to be an art piece would excuse my voice, fight against something deeper than what it was about, like whether it was like trying to promote feminism or try to show like the seriousness of segregation. I'm talking about like For example, Night of the Living Dead, even though the character at the end, the protagonist does die because the surviving civilians had killed him, which is unfortunate. But in that sense, was they killing him because they thought he was a zombie because they didn't really see him moving away like a zombie? Or did they kill him because of the fact that he was black? We won't, like, that also would be like your own interpretation. But because of the fact, like, during that time when the movie came out, it was such a, like, it's a classic horror film because of what it stands for. And we can talk about that all day, but I'm losing my voice for some reason. It is still morning while I'm doing this video. So, alright guys, like I said, I wanted to do like a little short film, not film, but I wanted to do a video about something that I love talking about. Whether it be music or horror films, they're amazing to me. So, if you like where I'm going towards in these new videos, like, comment, subscribe, and let me know if you have any suggestions for any other videos. Other than that, you're in media. Have a great day. 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 Have a great day.
Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.